Yes, it's a beautiful Tuesday morning in the city of Abuja and all over Nigeria. Say good morning as you join us on Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM here in Abuja. It promises to be another interesting edition as we explore the pages of the papers across the country this morning. And after that, we will look at a few stories in depth and we'll bring you out some of the stories in those newspapers. My name is Lawrence Moiti. Let the show begins. We start off from the front page of the Punch newspaper. And the lead story here, 50% tariff hike. Nigerians may spend 6.74 trillion naira on calls. And still staying with the Punch newspaper, World Bank bans 2 Nigerian firms, CEO over corruption. And why suspended Delta Catholic priest dumped priesthood for marriage. This is according to the sister. An import license, court adjourns Dangote refinery 100 billion naira suit against marketers. And Sanwo-Olu pledges to work with new Lagos speaker. And on the international scene, Trump returns as 47th U.S. president, rejects transgender illegal immigration. And before that, Trump's pardoned 1,500 Capitol rioters. And still talking about President Trump signs order to pull U.S. from WHO. And UK-based Nigerian replaces shoes, wristwatch, Kemi Badenoch claims police stole from brother. All right, we move on to a Nation newspaper now. And the finance minister has been speaking. He's telling us how President Tinubu is stabilizing economy, reducing poverty. If you want the details of that story, check out the Nation newspaper. And also, President Tinubu to build $1 trillion country, says minister. EFCC versus ex-banks chiefs. Court adjourned to February 13. Abbas, livestock minister, leads expert to discuss food security at Daily Trust dialogue. And still staying with the Nation newspaper, court condemns media trial, denies EFCC arrest warrants request, says about Tudeko others not properly served. And subscribers kick as NCC OK's 50% tariff hike for telcos. All right, we move on to the Tribune newspaper, and it leads with this rather very sad story. Man found to be HIV positive after raping the flowering girl with sickle cell disease in Abuja. And still on the telecommunication, NCC OK's operators request caps telecoms tariff hike at 50%. And Lagos generated $71.6 million from Dirty December festivities. This is according to reports. Daily Trust is next now. Federal government reawards Abuja Kaduna highway contracts to inactive company. And Trump inaugurated, declares mass deportation, says only 2 genders in US. And counters out of negotiations with bandits. This is according to the Katsina state government. Low turnout as NACON announces 2025 Hajj Fair. And 3 die as boat capsizes in River State. $6 billion Mambila power contract deal, Sunrise CEO testifies in Paris court today. And court fixes January 30th for Dangote's 100 billion naira suit against oil marketers. Billions of dollars would be needed to rebuild Gaza. That's from the United Nations. The leadership newspaper is next now. God saved me to make America great again. President Trump. All right, we move on to Vanguard newspaper now. Ahead 2027, why opposition can't upstage ruling party. And Trump pardons 1,500 U.S. Capitol rioters. And still talking about President Trump, he revokes nearly 80 destructive radical executive actions on Biden's administration. And still talking about President Trump, gives TikTok 75-day grace period from US ban. And Keyamo unveils plans for aircraft manufacturing in Nigeria. And Bayelsa lack of access road, Bayelsa villagers trek 4 hours to board vehicles. NACON 2025 Hajj Fair, Southern pilgrims to pay 8.7 million naira. And Dirty December, Lagos generates $71.6 million revenue from tourism. Still staying with Vanguard newspaper, Ondo local government election, show of shame, SDP. We are not your usual Nigerian politicians, Wike tells FCT residents. An LP crisis, we are heading to Supreme Court, Nenadi Usman. And I won't joint issues with Wike, PDP BOT chair, Wabara. Putin congratulates President Trump on inauguration. Why Kemi Badenoch's remarks won't affect Nigeria presidency. Rivers LGA chairman picks 108 weeks after appointing 130 special assistants. All right, we move on to the Guardian newspaper now. I'm unsure of unemployment statistics in Nigeria, says Labour Minister. And Nigerians to pay 50% more for calls, data, SMS. Anxiety as Trump returns to power, recognizes only 2 genders. Reps declare Tinubu's 595 billion naira allocation to intelligence inadequate. AI job loss fears overstated. Only 6% of African executives expect a cut in headcount. Concerns as committee uncovers alleged 500 million naira fraud at Delta Polytechnic. Tinubu resumes work, receives briefs after Abu Dhabi summit. And Dangote Okay, let's leave that. 67 journalists jailed across Africa, says CPJ. Governor Sanwo-Olu and the new Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly reaffirm harmonious relationship. Troops arrest 25 oil thieves, recover 45,000 liters in Delta. Federal government confirms existence of centralized data system for seamless activities. And FG's free cesarean session, 104 facilities to enlist as pilot phase records 2,819 beneficiaries. And less than 1,000 mines active as NMCO issues 7,000 mining licenses. Court condemns media trial, says Otudeco, others not properly served by EFCC. An inequality crisis deepens as $17.7 billion climate funding gap hits Nigeria. Operatives arrest members of car theft syndicate, recover stolen vehicles. And Navy intercepts boats with 40,000 liters of crude oil in Ondo State. And CCTV camera, Lagos Police Boss dismisses report, assures residents of safety. Court remands hearing impaired man over alleged defilement. And police foil bandit attacks, rescue 207 trafficked children. Police intensify search for ex-AIG's wife, Odumosu. And Senate committee seeks improved funding for FRC. World Bank sanctions 2 Nigerian firms over fraud. And economic stability, youth empowerment key to Nigeria's growth. Alright, we move on to the Sun newspaper. Niger tanker explosion, more tears as death toll rises to 98. And court condemns media trial, denies EFCC arrest warrant request. Trump returns to work, takes briefing on tax reforms, President Tinubu returns to work, takes briefing on tax reforms, meet Odudu and Faleke. INEC and its budget for 126 billion naira budgetary allocation. Right, we'll take a short break now, and when we return, we'll look at some of the stories in details. Please don't go away. Newspaper review will return in a moment.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
The issues.
Everybody respected that because it was coming from the president.
Theory behind it, the way the people took the battle in their hands.
Some civil servant retire without a roof over his head.
The cause.
If we cannot trust you, then you cannot take the ticket of this country. Hussein cannot be divorced from those who cause the crime. Honestly.
The passion.
You must have national spread. So where is it?
Why are you so concerned about that? He said money was.
I never.
No.
The platform is always the same.
Insight on Citizen FM 93.7.
The source is constant.
My name is Lawrence Umoite.
There is always an opportunity.
Tomorrow, Insight returns with another interesting.
Insight with Lawrence Umoite on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Be part of the experience.
The Renewed Hope Agenda for Nigeria is the brainchild of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. It is geared towards renewing the hopes of Nigerians for a better future through its policies, projects, and programs that are aimed towards lifting the GDP and economic growth of the nation by improving standard of living of the average Nigerian. The Renewed Hope Agenda Radio is poised to promote all of the above while enlightening Nigerians as well. Join us every Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. on Citizen FM Radio, 93.7, Labor House, Central Business District, Abuja. Renewed Hope Agenda Radio on 93.7 FM. The future starts today.
We believe in this nation.
Feeling low, bored, or confused?
Wants your dream to brightly glow?
Here is what to do.
Women's Corner is waiting just for you.
Education, work, lifestyle, career, mentorship, and family too.
We will tackle the issues, provide solutions, and see you through. Finding your voice, reaching high, and making an impact. Women's Corner, where knowledge can fly.
Join us every Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. for inspiring stories and practical advice to reach all your glories.
It's Women's Corner on Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody.
Oh yeah, oh my people, make una come gather here. Which kind tori una wan hear on top radio? Wetin dey catch fire on top social media? Bring am on top, make we talk am. For Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja, every Monday go reach Thursday, and the time na 5:10, wey be 10 minutes after 5. Make we talk am as e dey be.
The Renewed Hope Agenda for Nigeria is the brainchild of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. It is geared towards renewing the hopes of Nigerians for a better future through its policies, projects, and programs that are aimed towards lifting the GDP and economic growth of the nation by improving standard of living of the average Nigerian. The Renewed Hope Agenda Radio is poised to promote all of the above while enlightening Nigerians as well. Join us every Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. on Citizen FM Radio, 93.7, Labor House, Central Business District, Abuja. Renewed Hope Agenda Radio on 93.7 FM. The future starts today.
We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We'll
Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's still Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM here in Abuja. It's the second half of the show, and that time where we look at some of the stories in details. You can also join the conversation by calling us on 0903 2229797. You can call us on 0818 2222205 or 0818 2222206. The numbers again 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 2222205 or 0818 2222206. All right, let's start from the Punch newspaper, and the lead story here, just like in almost all the papers, is the story on telecommunications. 50% tariff hike, Nigerians may spend 6.74 trillion naira on calls. The Nigerian Communications Commission approved a 50% increase in call tariff on Monday, which may raise the average cost of calls to 16 naira per minute. Based on the 2023 National Telephone Tariff data, this hike could generate 6.74 trillion naira in revenue for telecom operators in 2025 if call volume remains stable. Hence, Nigerians may pay this amount to the firms. However, this projection excludes the impact of free and discontinued call promotion, which may alter actual revenue figures. All right, we move on to the international scene first for the Trump stories. Trump returns as 47th U.S. president and rejects transgender illegal immigration. Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States on Monday during a historic ceremony held inside the Capitol due to the adverse weather conditions. In his inaugural address, Trump outlined the bold agenda for his administration, touching on issues of gender, race, border control, economic reforms, and energy policies. Trump asserted that his administration would recognize only two genders, that's male and female, effectively dismissing identities such as transgender, non-binary, and genderqueer. And there's a quote here: the policy of engendering official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. All right, we move on to the Nation newspaper. Minister of Finance is saying how Tinubu is stabilizing economy, reducing poverty. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is stabilizing the economy through bold socio-economic reforms aimed at revitalizing critical sectors, reducing poverty, and restoring public confidence. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, said yesterday. The administration, he affirmed, would focus on major infrastructural projects this year to stimulate growth and job creation. All right, we move on to the Guardian newspaper. Reps declare Tinubu's 595 billion naira allocation to intelligence inadequate. The House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence has described the 595 billion naira allocation to the intelligence subsector as grossly inadequate. The panel appealed to the President to direct the Minister of Finance to ensure the full release of the 2024 capital allocation to the security and intelligence sector in the overall interest of the nation's security. And still staying with the Guardian, Tinubu resumes work, receives briefs after Abu Dhabi summit. President Bola Tinubu yesterday resumed work at Aso Villa after participation in the 2025 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week in the United Arab Emirates. The president returned to Abuja on Saturday evening. Upon his return to the State House, the president received a briefing from the chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. He also had held separate meetings with Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo and the House of Representatives member Honorable James Faleke. All right, and let's look at the story from The Guardian. Federal government confirms existence of centralized data system for seamless activities. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunjojo, has confirmed Nigeria has a centralized data system to promote smooth statistics-related services such as international passport processing. He spoke while contributing to a conversation on X concerning the progress made by the federal government through the Ministry of Interior. And that's all we have on Newspaper Review this morning. But before we go, there is a shout-out message to an exceptional Nigerian. Happy birthday to an exceptional leader and visionary Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. As we celebrate another year of life, we acknowledge the remarkable impact you've made in the aviation industry. Your fresh perspective and innovative approach have brought about significant changes. Your vast knowledge in law has been instrumental in sanitizing the industry, promoting transparency, and ensuring accountability. Your dedication to excellence and commitment to public service are truly inspiring. From Citizen 93.7 FM, yes, wishing you a joyous birthday, sir, filled with love, laughter, and all your favorite things. May this new year bring you continued wisdom, strength, and success in all your endeavors. Happy birthday, sir. Well, that's our package on Newspaper Review today. Tomorrow, it's another date. Join us 8 a.m. bright and early. My name is Lawrence Sumaiti. Enjoy the rest of your day.
you are lost in confusion. When I tell you I ain't got no problem, only solution.